warm up? All right, cool, man. We're going to talk a little bit for about 10 minutes. We get about 10 minutes, y'all. Potentially going to get to the workout. All right. We're going to do a smaller exercise, okay? Smaller exercise. Then we're going to tell you a couple of stories. And we're going to move on and close. And hopefully you guys will be ready to hit a friend, all right, for the second time. We'll double check where you're at, where you were at last month, and see where you're at now. Quick exercise, what I want you guys to do, real quick, all right? I want you to, in your book, inside your book, on the inside cover, all right? Not on the first page, but as soon as you open up that inside cover, I want you to write 3 people. 1, 2, 3. 3 people, okay, that you feel like you owe some debt of gratitude to. Somebody that has done something for you, all right, that you just feel like, man, I don't know how I can repay this person back. You guys got 15 seconds, 15 seconds. Somebody who has done something for you, either been there for you, saved you, whatever. You guys got 10 seconds. Be a mother, father, grandparents, friend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Those 3 people, real quick. Give me one person on your list. Mom. Uncle. Big. Right there. Father. Yourself. Okay. All right. Nice. No big girls. Good answer. All right. I'm going to tell you my 3 people. All right. My 3 people, if I had that paper, I would write down like this. Mr. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Mrs. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Ms. Question mark, question mark, question mark. All right? Those are my 3 people that when I do something, I owe them. That's why I go at it 100%. That's why I push 100%. All right? You have your 3 people, I have mine. All right? Quick story. Anybody know what happened in September 2001? It was a big event. Yes. Right? Some of you guys are what, 16, 17 years old? 15, right? A little while ago. Was right by there. I was stationed down here in D.C. at Wall Street Hospital, right? I was finishing up my LPN program. I was already a combat medic, and I was finishing up my schooling there, all right? Obviously, we all know what happened on September 11th, right? The worst tragedies that ever happened in the United States. Over 3,000 people died that day, born just like that, right? Our job as medics, right, is to go in there and save people. That's our job. That's what we signed up for. That's what we went to school for. That's what we trained for. That was our job. That's why we exist here. So when people are in trouble, we go rescue them and bring them out, send them back to their families. Right? That day we got there, stepped off the bus. The very first thing I saw was a Marine officer who was burnt. And I don't know if you guys know about the uniforms. The other uniforms made of polyester. You guys let any polyester kind of turn into that plastic looking thing, all right? His uniform was melted into his skin, all right? To the point where you really couldn't tell where his skin and his uniform ended. Right? That was the very first thing. When I stepped off the bus, and I looked around, the very first person I saw, right? People rushed on, tried to take care of him, and we moved on at that point, right? It was about 4 of us, right? 4 of us that were in a team. And we were walking the Plainfield on this wall, and we were on the adjacent wall, all right? In that adjacent wall, there is a service entrance. It's big enough to drive a truck through, okay? It's dark in there. And we know that's our way to go inside. That's where we're going to go help our people. That's our job. We're there to save people, all right? So we're going to go inside there. We started walking down that service entrance. We had all our gear, our medic bag, our stretchers, all right, all our stuff ready to go. Nice and new uniforms, looking nice, right? Motivated. Started heading down that dark tunnel. We get all the way down to the point where it's pitch black, you can't see anything. We see a firefighter at the entrance. He says, "Get out, get out! Get out! There's another plane coming in! Get out! Get out now!" What do you think we did?
Stayed in. Got out.
Stayed in? So got out? Anybody else? Got out? We ran all the way clear across that parking lot. All right? We abandoned what we were supposed to be there to do. Right? Our job was to save people. Right? I was our job. That's what the U.S. Army paid for us to go to school for. That's what we were supposed to do, right? We tucked our tails in between our legs like little dogs and ran across that front. Didn't look back until we were halfway across. Fear crept into our heart and inhibited us from doing our job. It stopped us, all right? By the time we ended up getting in there, everybody we pulled out was dead. Every single one of them, all right? Now, whether or not we could have saved them or not, I don't know. But in my mind, we failed. So those are my question marks. Those are the people that I love. It didn't even hit me until a year later. I switched from the Army to the Coast Guard, and I was sitting in basic training, and it happened to be during the time of September 11th anniversary. And I had to go to a doctor because I had something called the K8 drug. And when you're in basic training, you just get, everybody gets this cold, and you need some antibiotics. So I'm sitting there talking to the doctor, and he's like, anything else going on with you? And it just hit me. I just started bawling, crying my eyes out. Corner. I never met this doctor before. Never knew him, never spoke to him, never saw him on base, and I just started crying. So I started thinking about what happened a whole year earlier. It took that long to kind of register, right? And I promised from that day forward, I would never let those people down. Never let those 3 people down. No matter what it took. I promised, right? Fast forward about 7 or 8 years on the police department now. I'm working in Little Haiti. The call goes out in another district. 2 guys are busting his house, taking him hostage, right? And I'm at that moment again, right? It's that same time. Do I fight or do I fly? Right? It's time to show up, right? At this particular time, I wasn't on SWAT yet. I had trained with a couple of guys, a couple of SWAT guys were there. Sergeant, who I really admired, he decided, he looked at me and said, he called me by my last name, Holt. So he said, Holt, you ready? I said, without a doubt, sir. Because I owe those 3 people. Those 3 people sitting in heaven right now watching me say, hey, you owe us. You owe us. Let's see if you're ready to show up. Long story short, went inside, got the hostage out, got the bad guys, everybody I heard till. It was a good day. All right? But going back to your 3 people that you owe, right? Grandmother, mother, yourself, right? Uncle, right? What are you going to do when it's time to pay up, right? What are you going to do when it's easier to stay home, right? What are you going to do at game time? Are you going to show up? Are you going to sit in the sidelines and not give 100%? I mean, it's easy to say that, right? Believe it. It's easy to say, show up. It's easy to say that sitting here now. I got you in the gym now. You ain't going nowhere. Door's locked, right? It's easy to say that now. But let's think about it. And I'm not throwing you guys up because trust me, I do this out of straight love. Straight love, all right? And we can test it. We don't profit from this at all, all right? All right? But, and I know some of you guys have some good reasons, but over spring break, right? Did you really honor those 3 people you wrote down on that piece of paper? Then your spring break? Well, you should have been in here working, right? I mean, that's the question only can answer, right? Every day, this is an everyday grind. This is not a sometimes grind. This is an everyday grind. You want to honor those 3 people? You want to honor your grandparents, your uncle, yourself? You want to honor those 3 people? This is an everyday grind, baby. This is not a sometimes thing. If you want to do it sometimes, please find somewhere else to go unless somebody who wants this thing 100% every single day. Allow them to take that spot because we only have a few small spots here. Every one of you guys are phenomenal. From birth, you were born to be phenomenal. You weren't born to be mediocre. You weren't born to be average. You think about that process of you being born, there's 5 million different options for you to choose, right? 5 million, right? 1 sperm, 1 egg. Out of that 5 million, you guys made it. That's phenomenal. You guys are born to be great, but every second of your life after that, you're fighting mediocrity. You're fighting mediocrity. Are you going to allow yourself to be mediocre? Or are you going to push past it, be great, be what you're designed to be? All right? So when you come in and you attack these workouts, think about this. When you decide whether or not I'm going to wake up in the morning and show up at the gym at 9 a.m. on Saturday, or am I going to go ahead and do my homework and give it 100%? Think about these 3 people that you wrote down, that you owe. They're not people I put in your life. They're people that are already there, right? You already attested to the fact that you owe those people. You owe them some debt of gratitude. And are you going to represent them the right way? Or are you going to let them down? Are they going to look at you and say, Mikhail? Or are they going to say, that's Mikhail. That's my grandson. That's my son. That's my boy. Right? Only you can choose that, man. Only you can choose that. It starts here. It starts here every single day when you're in this mode right here. You're in this grind time mode when it's time to work. It starts at this point. It doesn't start on the game time on Saturday. It starts right here. Push yourself like you've never pushed yourself before. Alright? So you guys can live like no one else can live tomorrow. Push it down. Alright? Let's bring it in, man. Let's get this workout started. We're going to stretch you guys out. Stretch you guys out. We're doing flying again today. Come on, man, let's get up. Let's get up. I want 100% maximum effort, fellas. Like you guys have never worked out before. Alright? Hard work on 3.